Hello guys, welcome. I am Samantha the Introvert, and today I want to give you my personal recap on episode 4 of Shine. So let's get into it. We start the episode with when we see the young Tanwa enjoying moments with his mother all throughout the night. Then we see Tanwa woke up like he was scared out of his dream, and the first thing he does is smoke and write. I'm assuming it's not the first time he has such dreams, but then again, such dream does give him a little bit of trauma, especially the fact that his mother is dead. A popular movie came out in cinema, and of course, Krillert went, but Krillert didn't go with his wife. Instead, Krillert secretly meets up with Naran. But the thing that Krillert hasn't noticed is that while he's being so lovey-dovey with Naran, he's neglecting his own wife. Now, hear me out, and I say this with everybody. When I say, girl, don't be afraid to fling it pan the left and fling it pan the right pan that comrade, because your husband out there, so I give it to somebody else. I don't know if your father is alive or not, but if he's not, break up with this relationship and move the hell on. Because I see and I get it. Go up to the comrade and fling it at him. Because Naran and Krillert is being pen pals with each other in newspapers. Secret because nobody knows. But you do know that eventually every dark past must always come to the light. You have all the evidence. Your girlfriend will eventually find out, You two men is just, I don't even know anymore. And because Krillert and Naran keeps communicating with each other in newspapers, it became a hot topic for everyone to read. They want to know about this love and how well it's going and all that. My question is, do they know they're both men? Judging by the name, they probably know it's both men communicating with each other, right? Some people probably secretly likes the gay thing, but the thing about it is that they can't tell who is actually writing each other's, because it's going to be a problem. At school, the students are discussing some project with Trin. Then Tanwa shows up. Victor is there. Victor does not like Tanwa one bit, especially when he keeps showing up when he's this close to making moves with Trin. Tanwa then make a move that got suspicious for Victor. Tanwa pretended to throw his pencil on the ground, making it so Trin sees. Trin sees it, he tries to pick it up. Tanwa went down with him and kissed him on the cheek, and all of this was viewed by Victor. Then we add Krillert and Naran, who is still using the library closing time as their sex spa. I swear, every time Victor tries to make some move towards Trin, Tanwa shows up. It's like Tanwa knows stuff. Like, either way I'm taking it, even if Victor tries to make a move, I know Trin will actually avoid it because Trin doesn't like Victor. The sad thing about this drama, and it's definitely telling a story in the 1970s, the love. No one can love the same sex in that year. The fact that you have to go around in secret but in public falsely saying that you're in love with a female when you are not. The suffering is suffering. Now, I'm very concerned about this part because Naran is taking pictures of the naked Krillert. Now, the problem is that, thank God he is a reporter. He probably can like recover the pictures. But what I'm a bit nervous about is that when their girlfriends or wife find this out and the public finds out, it's not gonna be nice. Nana is getting ready to leave, but something dropped out of his bag. I believe it's like a big, thick project book thingy. It's about, political things and the plant and stuff like that. Basically everything that Krillert knows about because the title is there. But then Nalan said it's some project that he was given that he doesn't really want to do it, but he has to do it for his job. After Nalan left, Krillert made a call. Now, I'm not sure if it's to help Nalan or to catch Nalan or something because this is sticky. These actors did not come to play with their money because this man is sitting literally naked. I don't think I got the gut to sit in front of a lot of people around me with cameras like that, but hey, business is business and money is money. We wasting no time. Okay, so we're at the restaurant with Nolan and Nolan's girlfriend, along with Nolan's girlfriend's family. If I haven't mentioned before, Nolan's girlfriend family is rich. And they don't like Nolan because Nolan is not really rich. Well, he doesn't have money like that. The money that he makes in the reporting business is not qualified as money. They started degrading Nalan because the money he makes. Apparently, the money he makes can't afford the food they're having right now. When I heard that, I was like, bitch, why go to an expensive place to waste money on a little meteor-sized piece of thing that goes on one side of the plate? Like, you're not even getting the plates. And secondly, back in the day, and it's still happening now, rich and high-class people do not make money legally. Either they're doing it in the back business that's illegal, or they're stealing it from poor. Like, dude, what is it that you do? I doubt you even do anything that's related to actual legal work. Nana sees that whatever he does or says, it's not going to please the family. So he's just like, Shang Mang, fuck it. Just eat whatever he wants, use his hands, and just being purely disrespectful. Technically, it's not really disrespectful, but like, Shang Mang. The girlfriend dragged Nalan out, trying to speak to him, to reason with him, but technically, in my opinion, he's not the one you should be reasoning with. It's your parents. It's not your... Technically, hear me out here. You're the one that chose Nalan. You're the one that was living prestigious, and you decided that you want a bad boy. So you went out for someone that is not of your class. Now, Nalan then said that, you know what? He doesn't want to be here. He's going back to work because he has work to do. The girl then said that you just came from work. He then says, you know what, I have some work that hasn't been finished. You know, that's suspicious, but the girl didn't even put it in her mind. Okay, so we had Tanwa and Trin. Tanwa rode the bike with Trin a whole day around God knows where, only to go to exactly the music store that Tanwa worked. When they got inside, Tanwa just looked into daze, like he's just serious, staring into space because he was hallucinating about his mother. He had to snap out of it though because Trin is there, and Trin shows so much concern for Tanwa. They ended up at a bonfire circle, hippie circle. I don't even know what this is called, but it's like a little seminar. Not really a seminar, but like a little get together, I guess. Well, it looks something, and this is where Tanwa brought Trin. Maria seems to be everywhere. I wonder if she's the one that introduced this lifestyle to Tanwa. Trin ended up meeting his friend there because wherever the girls is, he's there. But anyways, the friend then revealed that he discovered about Trin and Tanwa. Well, he sees that Trin likes Tanwa. One thing I can say is that Trin's friend is a good one. He's not only Trin's friend, but he's Tanwa's friend. And he both respects these two people. And even if they date, at least he's not gonna discriminate them. He accepts that. Back at the reporting office, we see Nalan in the office with his boss, and the boss is giving him some information that he heard that Krillard is been giving people money for covering up evidence. Nalan sees this, and Nalan, who clearly is in love with Krillard already, defending Krillard, talking about this must be fake news. He was very offended. Then the people start looking at Nalan and is like, dude, why are you offended by this? Why are you defending him? Then we see Trin walking home, and while he's walking home and smoking, he sees the protesting students, along with Victor, getting attacked by police officers because they see them posting up posters, which is legal, I guess. So what did Trin do? Trin went and defend them. But when Trin tries to defend them, he was about to get a beating from the police until they got his ID. They saw his name and they decided to back off. The last name of Trin is very powerful because his uncle is a colonel, Krillert. So we don't want to offend someone higher than they are because they're just mere police and Krillert is higher than them. They might be gone the next day, so they backed off. They treated Trin to a meal for helping them. Then they started telling Trin about information they know about the election being rigged and other information and how they feel like his uncle Kriller might be involved. Now, Trin can't really say anything per se because he doesn't know the full information, but he also is trying to give out his voice that he wants to change the world in how people think of things. So Victor invites Trin along with his friends to go to this village place to discuss quote-unquote a subject on how to change the world. But the friends, on the other hand, don't trust that they should bring Trin, considering Trin and Krillert are family, and he might tell Krillert about this. Victor then says he trusts Trin that he won't do this. I think Victor is just lost in the fact that he has a crush on Trin, that he's not even focusing on reality here. But that might be the downfall for him one day. Anyways, they're alone and Victor says that he feels uncomfortable to address Trin as professor, considering he is a professor at the university. But he wants to make it a little bit special by calling him P. Trin has no problem with it. I mean, he's not seeing the problem, but I see the problem. But hey, whatever. I know Trin is not dumb. He knows Victor likes him. He's not blind. He's seeing the gestures. But I also feel like when it comes to turning people down, it's not easy, especially at a young age. They don't take this shit lightly. One thing I don't understand about Victor is that there was a point in time that he admits that he hates rich people, right? But isn't Trin from the same status that he hates? Anyways, Victor ended up inviting Trin to his place, but when they got there, he bumped into his childhood friend. The childhood friend was not very nice to Trin, and Trin ended up leaving. At home, Naren visits Victor and tells Victor that his father's manuscript is actually being accepted from one of his friends. It was a good news. It is a good news. Now, Victor is eager to go tell his father, but his father is asleep. Nadan says that he should wait it out and see how everything progress, because even though they got the good news that they're okay, it's a green light, they didn't get the big green light yet. Then we see Kriller's wife, who saw the comrade, went up to him, but when he sees her, he immediately shut his notebook. The thing is, what he was doing in his notebook was drawing off a picture of the wife. Again, I doubt he even have a girlfriend or something like that because he's so obsessed with this woman. He's so obsessed with her, so much so that he bought her another eye drops. Apparently, he was instructed that whether the eye drop is finished or not, if a month passed, it is not good to use. So he bought another one for her. I know homegirl must have sensed something is wrong because I don't think her husband would be the one to instruct comrade dude to actually do all this. Then she collected the eye drops, saying that okay, you can go home now, you don't have to stay. This comrade man found all means necessary to make up an excuse so he can stay, and it worked. Then we see Trin, who's still determined to make the world a better place, is in a board meeting talking about the power plant project thing and having a better effect of what to do when it comes to the citizens. But while that meeting is going on, Trin came to interrupt the entire flow of the meeting. Victor was working the very place that Trin is at and saw Trin and walked up to him and basically he was giving a penny for your thoughts, that. Honestly, how many jobs do you have, sir? But then again, remember, every time Victor tries to approach Trin, Tanwa comes. Like, dude, do you have a tracking device? Do they invent tracking device in 1970s? Anyways, we're at the press conference where a political leader is supposed to make a speech based on what's going on in the country, what they're supposed to do, what's next, what's not to do, whatever. Yeah. While that's happening, Naren is a part of the reporters sitting at the back looking at Krillert, purposely sexually teasing the man. That tease, though, got Krillert to literally drag Naran, and he was ready to risk it all in that all-way, but almost got caught. But he was ready to risk it all, though. Okay, so remember Victor invited Trin to this village thingy, but, Tanwa wants to get involved. So now Trin has two men fighting over this man. Two men. But you already know who's going to pick. Anyways, Victor then asked a question that got Trin to really think. Victor asked, what is Tanwa to Trin, because he's always around. Trin then looked at Tanwa to really ask him, what are we? Tanwa knows what this question is going, where it's leading to. So Tanwa looked at Trin and said, don't fall for me. Trin got upset because you led him on to a place where his heart is ready to give his all. And Trin was upset, saying that I am not one to be fooled around and never to fool with my feelings. Okay, just so you're not confused as the way Tanwa is confusing Trin's feelings, the reason Trin says those words is because when Trin asked Tanwa, what are we? Trin looked at Tanwa and said, we're friends. Tanwa basically said, that's bullshit. Friends do not kiss each other. Okay, then we see Naran in his red room trying to, I don't know what you call it, like recover. It's not recover. It's like something with pictures, like to bring the picture to life on a piece of paper. Please put it in the comment. I don't know what they call that, but like something with the paper and turn it into a picture. Anyways, that's what he's doing in the red room. Then Naran got a visit by Krillert. I'm telling you, Krillert cares zilch squatch. In broad daylight, he came. Do you not have self-awareness? What if someone sees you actually going up to a man? Like, this is not 2025. This is 1970s. Dude, think before you do these things. Even if it's 2025, the only reason people will be sneaking off is if they're cheating, which technically is doing, but like they don't care the gender in 2025. Then Nalan dragged Krillert into the room before anyone sees him, and they start kissing. Went to the sofa, but they stopped because Krillert eyes saw a manuscript-ish, like a book or some manuscript based on the power plant thing that Nalan is working on. And Krillert knows about the power plant, well, some part of it, but then Krillert asks Nalan if he has any updates of the whole situation. He said no, and instead of continuing their little session, Krillert decides to stop. I do love this part because even though Nalan really wants that D, he literally understood the situation and let Krillert just rest on his lap. Okay, we're at the part where Trin and the students asking the villagers some questions and getting to know the villagers. But while asking a bunch of questions and getting to know the villagers, they get to learn way more than what they thought they know. Then Tanwa came. Honestly, Tanwa is not even giving Victor a chance. But what I'm trying to understand is that I know Trin is upset with Tanwa, yet he's just smilingly ready to go with Tanwa. Again, we know that Trin likes Tanwa, but Trin is not liking, moving on. But Victor needs to understand, he needs to read between the lines. Trin doesn't like you. You need to understand that part. It doesn't matter if you know he's single now or whatever. he doesn't like you, except the old student-teacher relationship. That's all you'll ever get. Tanwa ended up driving them to the very beach that he was with his mother when he was younger. Tanwa then shows Trin the photo of his mother and talks about her and then tells him about her death. This is pretty much the first time he ever spoke about his mother to anyone. Tanwa said when he was little, he went to the beach with his friends and his friends' parents. His mother, though, went out into the water and everything was going great until he sees like his mother just like gave up and then drowned. So it's clear to say that the mother died a very long time. I thought it was like recent when he's older. When the news about his mother's drowning death was out, his father influenced a lot of people, aka gave them money to shut down the old story and no one talked about it. Basically, they put that under a rug and act like it never happened. I guess that's why he hated his father. After a moment of silence, Trin kissed Tanwa. After that moment, they stripped butt naked as the day they were born and went into the water and played. See, this is why they can't put it on YouTube. This is why they put it on WeTV. Damn. Okay, guys, that is the end of my personal recap on episode 4 of Shine. Stay tuned for my recap on episode 5.